Hi, welcome to a run through of all the various Blu-rays, 4Ks and also DVDs that I've watched over the last couple of weeks. Things like Space 1999, Island of Terror, The Tough Ones and many others. So this one, first way. Now I haven't watched all the episodes, there's 48 episodes in this. The Ultimate Space 1999 Blu-ray. So 48 episodes plus the feature films, which I did make a mistake. I've already bought the feature films earlier, but this one also includes them as well. Very worthwhile checking out. You can see it's got a lot of stuff. It's got 18 discs, but the trouble is with this packaging, it's great. It's perfectly reasonable, don't mind it. A bit flimsy, I have to say that's always the criticism you could put with those. But it's just, if I open it up carefully, you can notice how they're all put. Now sometimes it's just basically on top of each other. They have a tendency to fall out, which is really annoying. And probably a couple you can see already, there's one there, just slightly out. And also when you put it back, you have to be very careful how you actually close it. Otherwise it's still open. But the episodes themselves, brilliant. I haven't watched them since about whatever it was, 75, 76, a long time ago. I thoroughly enjoyed certainly the first 5 episodes that I've watched. Well, of course there's a few duff ones. I am certain there will be loads of duff ones. But my memories of it, generally, I enjoyed season 1. Season 2, it was okay. I wouldn't say it was the greatest. I was reasonably happy with it. But it'd be interesting to see how I appreciate it now. I think it's pretty great. Obviously Barry Morse, Martin Landau and Barb Bain. And of course the other characters as well. Really enjoyable. But it does come with a lot of extras. Lots of things which I will sit down and watch. And there's a long list. And you notice how they've done it. It's actually crunched. Look at that. I mean, really, they could have gone with a slightly better booklet or maybe a better design for this. But it was crammed in and rips. So, ho-hum. Still, excellent series. Excellent series. Definitely if you're going to sit and watch that and think, you know what, I want to watch some retro sort of 70s science fiction. I think Space 1999 definitely wins. I'm looking forward to the Blake 7 one. It's volume 1 of the Blu-ray. I'm not saying if I buy it straight away because at the moment it's about 40 odd quid. I think that's a bit. That one was about 50. So it was quite tough ones. Umberto Lenzi. Thoroughly enjoyed this. Now he was okay. Actually there was another character that was very good. This character here. I mean, he wasn't very good. He was a deeply unpleasant character in this thing. He was like machine gunning everyone. It was like, really? Was it that bad in Italy back then? But still, this was brilliant Blu-ray and also comes with a load and loads of extras. Kim Newman, of course, as ever, is always on virtually everything. But it was good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Lovely sort of Italian collection ones or Italian crime ones. And also, of course, Italian horror ones and those sort of things. Island of Terror. Actually, I'm watching Demons at the moment. Now, I'm not certain I thoroughly enjoy that. I'm thinking it's a bit like Dawn of the Dead. It's a weird sort of thing, obviously, but demons, but they're basically zombies. And it's literally everyone sort of in the cinema. Now, I haven't watched it all yet. Maybe it might start improving, but I feel that it's really annoying because you watch it and some of the characters get killed. You really haven't had much exposure to them. You think, oh, why did he get killed? Or why did she get killed so quickly? Just seems a bit weird. But still, this Island of Terror, I loved this. Peter Cushing was brilliant. He was excellent as well. I just thought it was great. Didn't have a vast number of extras, but I love the cover. The 88 films doing these lovely, I think just beautiful, just great. And of course, inside exactly the same as well. But like I say, it's good. I was really quite, Sam Kidd, I was really quite sad with that character. But anyway, that's a bit of a spoiler, sorry. But I think you guess it, because actually there's virtually every photo I've ever seen of this film always shows Sam Kidd being a bit, obviously getting a big tentacle around him. So I don't think it's much of a spoiler then, is it? But still, yes, they got these tentacles, and unfortunately it has a bit of a side effect of literally dragging out virtually all the bone or calcium, whatever it is. Drag something out. And it's not good. Silicates, which carve a deadly trail. But I love when they go into this sort of village hall, and it's great. I love it. It does a great. I love those sort of stories when you've got sort of characters, and of course there's always the characters go, I don't want to stay here, and of course, it was good though. I did like that. Right, put that over there. Doll of Satan. It was interesting. This was an unusual film. Obviously, one of these Italian collections. I love these Italian collections. Blu-ray again, and it's got a decent selection of interviews. Really quite a good one, and other stuff in there as well. Didn't have any dolls, and it also didn't have any Satan. But it was a weird sort of sprawling castle one. The walls are crumbling, electricity doesn't work, and she's inherited this house. And of course, the other people there, they want to make certain that. Well, I'm not going to say much more than that, but it's really good. It's a bit of Scooby-Doo-ish, I think. And also the conclusion at the end was a bit weird. I have to say, I was thinking, really? They could have come up with a better reason, but still, I did enjoy it. This one took a long time to get going. I sort of liked it by the end. I wasn't a mega fan of it. Bag of Hammers. Now, I get lots and lots of Rebecca Hall films, and I really generally love Rebecca Hall in these, but she wasn't great in this one. So there's a picture of her with a weird silly hat. But it was fine. Did have a confusing menu at the start where I kept trying to go through it and it just refused to not. Came up with all the different languages like Swedish and Finnish and Danish. But I didn't want all those. So it did. And also it kept on restarting because of it. It took me about half an hour to get going, which was rather annoying. But the film, that was fine. I mean, it was nothing set the world alight. Didn't come on, unfortunately, with any extras. Very disappointing. But overall, at the end, it was fine. I enjoyed it. Predators. I love this one. This was great. One of those cheapo ones I bought in the charity shop. Blu-ray, of course. Triple play edition. I love the way they always include DVD as well. And the Blu-ray and, of course, probably the download. I'm not going to go for that. A sequel that the original deserves. Well, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the first one as well. I mean, Predators is always great. Now, I must admit, I think I must have fallen asleep at some point because Robert Rodriguez was in it. And then he wasn't. I was thinking, what's happened to Robert Rodriguez? But still, it's one of those things you sort of nod off and you think, I'm not going to rewind at this point. But it was just weird, I suddenly thought. And also maybe that was the point where he died. Nodded off. Because there was in some of the extras, they showed this sort of like dogs or creatures chasing them through a forest. And I was thinking, don't remember that scene. So I must have completely gone at that point. Or I just went out and had a cup of coffee or something. I was thinking, that's very strange. But anyway, by the way, great performances from, of course, the mate. They all come down. They've sort of come to this planet. They don't know why. Don't know anything about what's happening yet, which I think is a bit unfair. They should get a manual. By the way, we got some predators here. We're going to kill you. We're invisible. All those sort of things. Though personally, I don't think predators are that good most of the time. They do seem to have, for all their efforts to improve, supposedly, and regenerate themselves, they don't seem to actually learn to battle. Obviously, what was his name? Brody. He was good. I really enjoyed that. He was also the other actors were absolutely fine. Alice Braga as well, Walton Goggins and so on. Lawrence Fishburne. He was weird. He was very odd in this. But I just thought the whole general premise was very watchable. And if you're into a sort of completely silly story, it's fine. It's never going to set the world alight as a masterpiece, but I enjoyed it. This one, however, did. Apparently it didn't do very well at cinema. I don't know why. Because I loved it. Man from U.N.C.L.E. And I didn't fall asleep doing this. Don't generally fall asleep doing films, but sometimes, when you suddenly the scene moves forward, you think, that's very odd. Yeah. Normally when the credits come up at the end, that's even worse. You think, I have to rewind to the bit where I was watching. But Henry Cavill and I can't say his name, Army Hammer, apparently. I didn't know anything about him. I must admit, he's not an actor that I'm that familiar with. Alicia Vikander, she was very good. Elizabeth Debicki, she was excellent as the evil villainess. And Hugh Grant, he was great as well. But I love the 60s feel to it. Now, I'm not normally a fan of Guy Ritchie films. But this one, I thoroughly enjoyed. I mean, I haven't watched Man from U.N.C.L.E. for years and years and years. But they were both excellent in it. Had a lovely feel to it all the way through. Really good extras as well. Special features, some decent special features. But looks like there is no second film. And you think, why? Or third film. Should have been a series. Slick, sexy, stylish. Yeah, I think it was great. I say Blu-ray and, of course, the good old digital HD ultraviolet. They always include. Love this. Saw this when this came out back in the day. Brilliant. Chris Sarandon. Remembered it absolutely all the way through. I thought, yes, this is one of those films that just sticks in your head. You know everything. Actually, there were lines all the way through. I was saying them, and I thought, yes, I remember exactly what was going to be said at that point. that shows a good film it was. It just, most films you sort of like, I've watched millions of films and lots of them you think, but this, Fright Night, I loved it. Though I've never watched Fright Night 2. Quite certain I've seen that. Maybe that one's forgettable. I don't know. But Amanda Bierce, she was good. Roddy McDowall is always good. He's just brilliant. Really loved it. Of course, vampires move into the house. No one believes him. How strange is that? Who would be? I mean, if vampires moved into the house now, look out the window. Actually, probably I would be thinking to myself, oh, that's kind of cool. But still, probably not. Yes, lots of things obviously happen in town, people, or city, and various things happen. But the extras were great. And you can see, obviously, there, all the bloodsuckers to the embrace. Great stuff. It was good. Thoroughly one of the best horror films I've certainly... Because it's not really super horrible compared with Demons. The Demons one is just, I think, gruesome for gruesome's sake. There's just lots of blood, stuff coming out of all people's necks and things. And I'm thinking, just overkill, I think, sort of thing. Eye of the Cat. This was good. Blu-ray. First half of the film, I was like struggling with it a bit. I was thinking, yeah. This woman, obviously, she's got lots of money, but we assume that she's not particularly healthy. She's not in a great state. And she's got her nephew. And he's obviously, he's gone off and done various things. And he's been convinced to come back for money reasons or whatever reasons there is. But all the acting was great. Lots of cats involved. Because the cats are actually the ones that are going to get the inheritance from this woman. But probably the cats are causing problems for them. And obviously they remove it. There's lots of twists and turns. But it really got pretty intense. And there were some scenes like on top of various... It was in San Francisco. Lots of hills. So it was pretty good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And of course, good old Kim Newman's in it again. He's in everything. I think every film I get, I'm quite certain... Probably even the one, that Bag of Hammer one. He's probably in that. Doing the extras that I just couldn't find. But it's also, again, these are always sometimes confusing because you end up with TV versions and you think, what should I watch? Which one should I watch? And you get open this. This one doesn't have a booklet, which is a pity. Standard edition, obviously, you get the limited editions with a booklet. Maybe that would have explained which one to go for first. But I did like, and it was very long, there was a Two Evil Eyes where it did a video comparison between differences between the theatrical cut and the TV version. And amazing differences. You think, why? Why? Most of the time, obviously there were some scenes that were pretty nasty. But the cats were great. Great performance from the cats as well. Some really good. But most of the time, I must admit, I wasn't convinced. But they had sort of pictures and they were like this all the time. But it sort of made it look, trying to make it look horrible. Would have worked, it was saying in the thing, probably would have worked better in black and white. In colour, it just didn't. You got all that lovely and cuddly. Baron Blood, Mario Bava. Brilliant. I love his work. I've got loads of them. Thoroughly enjoyable. Looking forward to Plants of the Vampires. That's coming out fairly soon. Unfortunately, I missed the limited edition. I'm getting the standard edition. This one comes with a lot of extras. But the film itself, a curse. There's a curse. There's Baron Blood, of course, who was a bit of a nasty guy back in the day. Unfortunately, an ancestor comes along to the castle and, I'm going to read out this curse at 12 o'clock and to find out if my ancestor will come back. Don't think that's a good idea, but still, did enjoy it. And it also had Elkie Summer as well. It was great. But, really? No. There was lots of scenes of him running backwards and forwards. That was the bit daft, I thought. And also lots of people getting killed, just random reasons. Other ones also not getting killed. You're thinking, well, hang on, why did he not kill him? Or why did it take a long time to kill him? Whereas the other one he just kills for no good reason, other than for dramatic effect. But still, it was okay. You can guess, of course, who Baron Blood is. But Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger, Blu-ray. Indicator. I love Indicator. Lots and lots of great films from them recently, directed by Sam Wanamaker. Again, always comes with lots and lots of great little extras. Now, I didn't watch every bit of that. Some of them are quite long. 58 minutes. 58 minutes of Chronicle of Harry Harrison. However, the film was great. I remember watching it at the time, back in the day, and loved it. I loved it this time. Jane Seymour was great. all the Patrick Troughton, he was brilliant. Well, I always felt like he was going to be like Doctor Who in it, sort of a TARDIS would have made it a lot easier for the story because there's lots of scenes where they have to go off, of course, to various places. Great, really worth watching. This one, I loved it as well. Lee Van Cleef, not the world's greatest actor. He's got obviously that face, that perfect face for film, but he was great. Thomas Millen. At first I thought, interesting character, but after a while, he's the winning character. He is the character everyone, I think, will just go for. Apparently he was very successful from this film. The Big Gun Down. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Love a good Western, especially the sort of spaghetti Western style. Not so keen on the old US Westerns, but still, it was absolutely brilliant. Going from scene to scene. You thought, why didn't he stop him? Why couldn't he stop him? No. But of course, it wouldn't have made a film, would it, for 2 hours or so? This one again, slightly confusing as always. It's got lots of different versions of it. So you've got this one. What's this one got? This has got the Italian theatrical version, extended US cut, and extras. And the other one is got the US theatrical version, and that's, you think, and they often do this. 2 or 3 discs, you think, overloaded this, too many things to. So when they have a menu and it comes up and you think, which one should I go for? Should I go for that one? Should I go for that one? Is that the best one to go for? Has it got 20 more minutes? Now, it does, of course, have 20 more minutes. If it's a terrible film, it's 20 minutes more terrible film. But sometimes it doesn't even add to it. You think, why did they? No, couldn't see the difference. I love this one. Black Veil, Faliza. Brilliant cast. Absolutely loved every single bit of this. John Mills was great. John Mills was one of the worst I've ever seen John Mills. John Mills, of course, I love him, all his films. But this one, he was a real nasty guy. He was a detective. He was a chief detective doing drugs trial. But he was a bit paranoid about his wife. And, there was scenes where you think, is there a reason for that? Because there's lots of various things. And also, I don't know why they called it. They could have called it Tulips for Lisa or something. Maybe that would have been better. Black Veil, because it starts with and you think, interesting. What's all that's going to be about? But great performances throughout. I loved it. Of course, and it's got Kim Newman in. No, actually, that's weird. It doesn't have Kim Newman there listed. Must be missing that somehow. Very strange. Italian collection again. It's virtually in all of them. Oh, it does include a very, very, really thin little booklet. They could have gone for a bit better one. But they included this postcard. Never understand the postcards. I don't know, do people put them on the walls? I have never put any of those on the walls. Don't see the point in that. But still, the film itself, the Giallo, just absolutely brilliant. He was really, just brilliant character. So that was that. Did enjoy this. You probably get the thing that I generally enjoy most films. I do. I have to say this, and probably I might not even do a review of a bad one because, of course, I probably didn't watch it. I've watched a few. I watched Source Code recently, and I didn't get beyond about 20 minutes of that. I thought, this is terrible. Now, I might watch it again. I think that's always the thing with films. Sometimes I think, that's terrible. That film is terrible. And then I watch it again. There was another one that I watched, and it was just, I thought, am I ever going to enjoy that? But I suspect maybe another time I will enjoy it. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 4K. Went for the 4K. I don't think that personally there was probably going to be, I haven't, of course, got the Blu-ray, so I don't know that much difference between it. I'm not really a 4K. I really must go in 4K. I'm quite happy with Blu-ray, but I think the price was very similar. And I thought, I'll just go for the 4K. Loved the film when it came out. I love the film this time. I mean, it's got Leonard Nimoy in. It's obviously Donald Sutherland, Brooke Adams, Jeff Goldblum. What a cast! And a load of other people. Veronica Cartwright. She's great as well. Really love Veronica Cartwright. Just, the extras were fine. I mean, I wouldn't say they were the best of extras. I felt that I didn't really learn vast amounts about it particularly. But still, very watchable. But the film itself, yes, just great. Love the original as well. I don't know about the recent one, the Invasion one with Nicole Kidman. It was okay. I wouldn't say it was a masterpiece, but this was definitely much better. I guess they would win. Basically, if people, perhaps, right at the start, if people believed things and there were enough people, they probably could have cracked down on things. But I think after a while, it's worse than zombies in many ways. Zombies you could near enough sort of battle. They're very visible. But this, not really. Very deceptive. Though, must admit, seeing lots of people wandering around with things might make me suspicious. Walking around the streets, what are they carrying? Oh, by the way, I have this. No, don't think so. And of course, the thing is, I love the effect where it would creep up and then you'd have the people go force it. I think the solution, of course, always would be you would have a group of people and you would all make certain that one at least was awake, and then, or it wouldn't generally happen. But loved the dog scene. It was great. That's, of course, one of the famous scenes in it. So no spoiler on that one. But I remember at the time, I remember going, oh, love this one. Forbidden Photos of a Lady Above Suspicion. Great title. I mean, that's probably about the greatest thing about it. But no, it is lovely. I love the purple as well. Purple's great. But this one is just weird and beautiful. Leads a pampered but dull life with a frequently absent husband, blah, blah, blah. One night while out walking on the beachfront, she gets attacked by this guy. And from then on, it gets really intense. And also informs her that her husband is a murderer. And lots of other things that go on in this. Wow, what a brilliant, brilliant film. Kept me sort of on edge. And of course, with all these films, 50-50, probably 50-50. I always think, yes, I know, obviously you know the answer. If you're really looking for the clues, you can probably work it out in all these films. So, sometimes I completely get it wrong. Love this one. I'm really big fan of sword and sandal stuff. This one, Legend of Hercules. Now, I don't know much about him, particularly as an actor. Apparently he's apparently in Expendables 3, which I've never watched. But half god, all hero. Certainly is. And it's great. Also, the thing is, when you're watching this, Spartacus, as soon as I watched it, I thought, this is Spartacus. This is basically Spartacus. Lots of scenes. It felt like Spartacus. I loved Spartacus. I've got all those, the DVDs. I haven't got them in Blu-ray, but I've got them in DVD. Just brilliant. Best series ever. And I love the King as well. He was great. And all the other cast, just brilliant. Also Vikings, Game of Thrones. So you know the general gist of things with this. The making of The Legend of Hercules. Also audio. I don't generally go through the audio commentary first time around. Normally that will be if I watch in the future, I will put that on. I find it distracting watching that first time around, everyone talking about it, saying, oh, by the way, blah, 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 blah. Sort of spoils it when you're watching it. I think maybe others will have different opinions. But this was great. Love this. Blu-ray and 3D. Now, I haven't got 3D, so that was completely pointless. But Clash of the Titans, that was great as well. Though, of course, slightly old-fashioned, but still really good cast. I really enjoyed it. And I loved Maggie Smith. There was, of course, Laurence Olivier and many others. Quite a good cast, actually, they had there. Burgess Meredith, great. Maggie Smith, obviously. And I didn't realise Ursula Andress. Wow. At the time, I didn't realise that, I must admit. But great film. Enjoyed it when it came out. When did it come out? It was 1981. I would have said 1979 or something. But it was 1981. Lots of great things, obviously, the Medusa. So I am looking forward to watch Clash of the Titans, the new one. Probably rubbish. I don't know. But I will enjoy it. And also I've got Wrath of the Titans as well, because it was a quid. £1 and £1 for the other one as well. And if it's rubbish, I'll never watch it again. But I did enjoy Clash of the Titans. That was great. So that's a run through of all the various Blu-rays, 4Ks that I bought recently. Got, of course, a few coming fairly soon. I've got one pack from Radiance that I'm really looking forward to. Plans of the Vampires. And I think it's some Japanese ghost story ones from the 60s. I love all those ones. Also, there's a load of Japanese ones from the 60s that are coming out that I can't wait to see. So that'd be great. However, there's also a new channel that I watched a few bits for last night. It's called Rewind TV. So if you're into old TV films and shows, that might be of interest. Of course, there's Talking Pictures. I love Talking Pictures, Legend Extra, etc. They've got lots of great horror films and other things as well to watch. But Rewind Extra, Department S, Prisoner, the usual suspects. But hopefully, over time, there'll be lots and lots of great little shows and also hopefully lots of old films. So that's a possible. So it's on channel 95, free view if you got that. Other than that, what have you been watching recently? Anything good? Any great films you think, why haven't you mentioned this film or that film? You must buy this or check this film out. Because I've still got Amazon as well. So Amazon, lots of great dramas on that and films. It's the only one I've got now. All the streaming services, I've decided, you know what, I don't really want them. I'm not really watching many of the things on Netflix, on Disney Plus. But Amazon does have a lot of really weird sort of stuff. Most people probably think load of rubbish. But I thoroughly enjoy it, like Italian films, Spanish things, all those sort of things. Just absolutely a great place to find some great stuff. So that's something I've been watching as well. So I don't know what sort of things you've been watching. And, well, hope you have a great day. Bye.